Snoopy, come home. Snoopy, come home. Come home, Snoopy. Snoopy, come home. Snoopy, Snoopy. Why, oh, why did you go? Come home, come home. Ain't great? So, yeah, it's just one of those things for me. How y'all doing, by the way? 1972. So we're in, 50th anniversary. But more importantly, it's this whole celebration for Charles Schulz's would have been his 100th birthday. And he meant everything to a lot of people, including me. I couldn't tell you how much he inspired me for all the cartooning and stuff I did. And to start that, him and Garfield, Jim Davis. So, and it was really nice to see all these people do. I think there was over 80 cartoonists in recent comments to celebrate. Did some kind of thing, tribute to him. And they're all wonderful from what I've seen. I still want to go through and see if I can find them all and look them all up. But, long story short, MeTV did a thing where they did A Boy Named Charlie Brown and Snoopy Come Home. And it's just interesting that watching it, and it's been a while, and you just get that memory stuff there for me. I know this poor guy here. Like when me and my sister were watching it the other night on that MeTV, and it just gets everything from like some lines of dialogue, some jokes, as simple as just like music, and not just the songs, but I mean like music, a music cue, like right here, something that happens, just brings it back, and that's kind of what's interesting. The whole weekend was full of that. I feel like we should do segments on things, that were like, this was constantly, I don't know if, I need to see if we could find a VHS at home, but we had this, I swear it had to be on VHS. Because we watched Snoopy Come Home, like, all the time. I mean, we always, to this day, like I was telling him, and, like, my dad and stuff would still be, like, sometimes for some reason would just be like, at the beach, stuff like that. He would just, it's in here forever. And it's a great film. This is still one of the greatest things of all time. It's lasted as long as it has, and for very good reason. And I think that's why all those cartoonists paid tribute, was because the impact that Charles Schulz put onto the world, and for cartoonists, people who are into art and cartooning, and they all pretty much the majority of them owe everything to him, which is amazing. And it just made me think of this, and that as a tribute to him and everything, talking about this. So I guess we'll finally talk about it a little bit. It's just fun having that. And what I find interesting too, didn't you think so? When Snoopy's in the library and he's reading the bunnies. My sister gets a kick at that. It's called The Bunnies. There's like 2 bunnies on the cover, and he's just laughing his ass off in the library. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what's he laughing at? What's so funny? But you can see he is really getting a kick out of it. And when you hear him laugh, stuff like that, it almost sounds like, was that from that recording or something? Because it almost sounded like every laugh was from that segment. The bunnies. But I talked enough. I don't know if you wanted to say anything, or we should just start from the beginning with At the Beach. At the beach. And I just love, it opens with Charlie Brown and Linus, and he throws the rock, and he's all, it took him 4,000 years for that rock to get up here, and he threw it back in that water. Good job, Charlie Brown. It's like, guy can't do anything. It's like, hey, Snoopy's got a letter. I never get letters. No one ever writes to me. I had 14 pen pals, and I'm the one who did the writing. It's like, wow! Not one of those little bastards wrote back? Little bastards! Shit like that is always just, I don't know, it's just like that guy, but it's a part of it. When he's at the carnival of Peppermint Patty, I've seen people get stuck on roller coasters, but never at the turnstile. And when they go through the little spin thing, she walks across and he's it's Charlie Brown. You just love it. But I like the whole setup of everything where you know where it's going, from all the discrimination against dogs throughout the whole thing. The no dogs allowed. But I still don't see how this guy can't recognize Tony Tiger's voice and all that stuff there. Thurl Ravenscroft's there. Thurl Ravencroft. But it's such an iconic thing. And you know how iconic it is because a lot of people because you find out about the Daisy Hill Puppy Farm, and if you know Family Guy, Brian was at a puppy farm, so they do that little tribute to Snoopy with his siblings and stuff at a puppy farm, And then even the jokes with him with the no dogs allowed. So, you know, you can tell how much they care about just the Peanuts franchise. I'm going to put this down now, I guess, because it jiggles. But it's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything you want to add, but we're kind of going along here. What'd you think of it?
That was a good movie. And what I like about his work in general is that it's kind of timeless for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Even, I mean, despite the Red Baron part, but I think that's such an interesting...
Red Baron pizza. Mm.
But I mean, all the jokes...
I'm more of a Tombstone guy myself.
All the jokes, the humor, it's all timeless. I mean...
Look at Snoopy's little feet going. And what I don't know why I never thought of it before, but for the movie I was like, hey, introducing Woodstock. I was like, what? I'm like, this is Woodstock's introduction? Cool. And Woodstock's adorable. I love his little flying upside down.
Oh, yeah.
And how Snoopy just like, when he does stuff, but they stick together like the me and you, a two-man crew. All the songs are just, they bring you back and they give me the memories. And I love the little two-man, you know, me and you. And you got the doing, 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 doing. So I always remember that kind of stuff with the me and you and that. And stuff like that. It's so good. And they're the best of chums!
Well, yeah.
Snoopy and Woodstock. And he helps him. I love when he gets a kick. My sister always gets a kick out of it when he's walking on little things on the street.
Yeah.
And he has to go like this.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh, God. It's like, this is going to take twice as long to get there now. But the Snoopy's just like, you know what? I'll carry you. And he could just walk around it, though.
Exactly.
He actually walks to that spot just to go along it. Why doesn't he just go around? Woodstock, why? And then when he's doing the... No, yep. This way. Then he gets hit with the bull, and then he lifts up the bull, and he's still...
Yep.
He is a great little chum.
I like how he never gives up, despite all the discrimination against him using buses and trains and whatnot.
No dogs allowed, and then not even birds, you know? It's like, well... I got nothing against cats, I guess.
Apparently not.
But I just thought it was an amazing thing there. It's a nice little story. I like the whole thing with Lila, and then I like the little, like, you get this kind of, like, it's very emotional throughout there. I like how Snoopy, even though he was only with her for a short time, he still had that where he had to run and see her, and then he was torn between staying with Charlie Brown and her, and all that. I kind of like that aspect of Snoopy, where he's, like, he still has those feelings like that, but...
Oh, yeah.
You could tell he wanted to stay with them, but he just felt bad, and then... Because he says those feelings like, no, I don't want to leave again, but then he got that, you know, at the ending, he got that nice, like, oh, this makes it work then. So he doesn't have to do that choice, he's forced again now, but it's in a happy way.
Wow.
But I like how that throughout the whole thing, you know, like, that comes down to that very end right there with the whole signage and everything. And I like, it's very smart again. I think Peanuts is always just a smart thing. I know there's a lot of people that say, oh, it's boring. A lot of people think Peanuts is boring, but it's like, it's kind of like, it's silly, but it's mostly a sophisticated type of thing. Like, and they're kids. And I always found it funny how, like, they talk. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not how kids talk. You know, like, they're kids. Like, especially in the early years of Schulz's comics, how they talk. And it's like, they talk like adults.
Yeah, they do.
But they're kids. It's always fascinating how smart they are. And the dialogue, like, it's like, you want to stay with me, don't you, Snoopy? You can go and sell your affairs and then come back here. It's like, what kid says you can go home, sell your affairs, and then come back here? You know, who knows what that means? Well, as a kid, for the most part. So I love it. And, of course, how Linus is always smart.
Well, yeah. And, I mean, they even realized what they did wrong against Snoopy.
And that's something I like how that all played in there. Charlie Brown, like, I do this for you and nothing. He's upset. Then Snoopy's upset because of the discrimination against him, so then he takes it out on Linus with the blanket, and they're just beating each other there, kicks him in the shins, the knees. Ah! And I just love beating the shit out of Lucy. It's like, damn! She's just all... She's like, come on. He's just, boo, 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 right in her face. And I love they puts a little boxing mitt on his nose. And he's just constantly... And that was some good move, like the animators and stuff.
Wow.
Again, what I like is you can see like all the fluid motion and the facial expressions throughout the movie. It's very well done.
Well, the animation was good. I mean, not only did they do like the straight on and the side profile, but they also did a couple shots where it just rotated around. It's like, whoa.
And he's such a little bastard sometimes. I just love that boom, 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 boom. And then she's like, wait. And she's just like, come on. And then, all right. Dun, 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 dun. There's some good moves there. Like, look professional boxing.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just...
He's
boop, boop,
he's
boop,
really
boop,
good at
boop,
dodging, too.
boop, 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 boop. Constantly. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. And I'm just like, damn, wow. Little wow. But she was like, come on. She's tough. She's like... And then I love the whole peppermint patty thing. They're like, maybe I came on too strong. It's like, oh my gosh. I just love how she always seems to be torn between two lovers, in a sense.
Yeah.
Snoopy! He sure is a funny-looking kid, though. It's like... And Charlie Brown, because she has that crush on her Brown, you know she does. And that's what I always liked about her, the tomboyishness, but then she still likes, Charlie Brown, and it's always cute and sweet. It's just a sweet little thing. I don't like how people nowadays like to perverse it and stuff, but I mean, it's a thing for kids. I can get tired of people doing some of that. Plus, I mean, it's obvious, especially how she is with Charlie Brown. I mean, I just think that's weird how people are. It's like, it's a cartoon for kids. Stop thinking weird thoughts and they're children. So, but it's just funny. I mean, I understand that it's funny how she likes Charlie Brown and a dog, but they had fun at the beach, and then I've been stood up. And then, fundamental friend dependability. Fundamental friend dependability. It's like, oh my gosh. She was heel, Rex. Heel. Hey, look! I got myself a sheepdog. And a parrot. It's just... And then he's like...
He's so funny.
It's so funny with them. It is... Woodstock and him are like, I always love that stuff there. I love the interactions with everyone. You get all the characters. You had fun with Schroeder, Beat. I'd rather have the $1,275. Wouldn't you rather beep on the nose? That's a sign of my affection. I want the money. I'd be like, yeah, the hell with you. Give me the money. We're playing Monopoly here, There's a lot of stuff there. I don't see how it goes. It goes nicely. There's music, and it has that part. You see that stack up. Then you get to a little, do you remember me? It's like, oh no, we're going to go into darker, dramatic stuff now. Girl in the hospital. And then Snoopy's like, I gotta go. And then I just like how Charlie Brown's affected by it, and I'm going to lose my mind. And he's really affected by it, which makes sense. And again, you got that song. You got, again, Lila, spoilers, being his original owner. You got a used dog, Charlie Brown. Are you ready for... He wasn't ready. How can I tell you something if you're going to faint before I...
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's stuff like that. I'm like, I just think it's really... I don't know how people... It's one of those things where I don't see how you can not like just Peanuts in general. I mean, at least, like, how can you not like Snoopy? But it's such a good thing. Snoopy, come home. Snoopy, come home. Snoopy. And then they're all walking around each other, and they're figuring out why. Maybe it's because of me. The little farewell party gets a little do. Little song again. They all give them bones, and...
Oh, yeah. It almost felt like a funeral type thing.
But they were, sad. And I like how he gives them stuff. And again, spoilers, he comes back. I mean, obviously. He comes back because the spoilers were, the whole theme, setting up the whole thing. And then he chooses to stay with her again. He gets to her, and it's like this big apartment place. And of course, there's a sign on there, no dogs allowed in the building. So he's like, all right, this is my way out of it. So he doesn't have to feel, I guess, as bad to, choose. And I was like, well, I have to. So he's happy to go back to Charlie Brown. He loves Charlie Brown. You know. So, and he likes all of them, too. He may be a little bastard sometimes. I like his letter to the editor, and he gives them stuff, and then, of course, they all come back. It's real cute. I always get choked up when little Woodstock and him give a little hug, because they're the best of buddies. The song says so. They're the best of buddies. And then everyone else sees them. They all start singing the We and You. Now they're all singing the song. we're the best of buddies. And the first thing he does is, it's like instantly. They're all sitting there waiting. Passes it to Linus and Schroeder and Charlie Brown. It's like, I want my stuff back, basically, to all of them. And he's like, and if it's not returned in good condition and within 5 days, speak to my attorney. It's like, holy crap! I love it. He goes through all this, makes everyone's lives in this turmoil, this emotion. And him going through it, too. They're all going through this stuff there. And he's just, they're all back. Yay! They're all excited, like, say something. We're so excited you're back. We're so happy again. And then, just right away, he's his usual self. And that's what I love about Snoopy. He can go through stuff there, but he'll still be... And then to poor Charlie Brown, you know, since I gave you nothing, you owe me nothing. It's like...
That's the first thing he says to him.
And then Charlie Brown's song is so sweet and sad. His little song there, just when you think... Da, 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 you know, that's when everything changes. With the hellos and goodbyes, I like that. I like all that. It's very emotional, sweet. You can see him going through it. He's pouring himself cereal, but he doesn't want to eat it, and he just walks away. Goes back to the doghouse, goes back in, goes back to the doghouse, goes back in. And I just like the lyrics. It's sweet. I'm like, oh yeah, that song. I remember that, because I remember that was a song too. Like, I remember all the songs, everything. The scene for scene from back in the day, because it was a part of childhood. Like, I swear, like, my family, friends, we would always... It was one of those things where it was like that tape, Monster Squad. We had a Monster Squad tape. We'd always be watching like Snoopy Come Home, Monster Squad. You know, it's like always be watching the first 2 Turtles movies. Always watching like Predator 1 and 2. I know that's a little different from the family ones, but we'd always be watching that all the time. And on the Monster Squad tape was Popples, Inspector Gadget. It's like it was tape DuckTales. The one with the lemmings. Classic episode. But those are like, I guess those are like my favorite episodes. Like, we can go into a whole thing for that sometime. Because I'm like, it's because that was the ones selected on the tape, so that's my favorite Inspector Gadget episodes. I guess because that was the ones we watched over and over again. So just like Snoopy. And then the tape with the Great Pumpkin. We had a tape on there with like the old commercials and like all these other programs on there. It just all flows back. And Snoopy Come Home, I remember, was another one we always watched. And 50 years ago. I can't believe it. And then that was 50 years, you know, even more than, but, good little movie, Snoopy Come Home. And again, you know, the hellos and the goodbyes, and why can't we just gather up all the people we care about and stay to forever? It's like, oh, Charlie Brown. See, that's why people like Charlie Brown, because he's a good guy.
Wow. He's also very relatable, despite all his bad luck. And I don't know, even though, you know, sometimes he gets angry at Snoopy, I mean, you can tell he really loves him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the best of chumps.
Such a good movie. I like all the stuff with them together. I mean, Woodstock was a great little introduction to it, little pal throughout the whole thing. And you got pretty much everybody in there that mattered. You get to see even, you know, a little bit, you got Pigpen in there at one point. So, I don't know. Any other thoughts on Snoopy Come Home and its awesomeness? 50 years later and Charles Schulz. Peanuts. Okay. Again, I think it's real good. Good movie, good message, good story, flows very well. I like the little backstory with the Days Hill Puppy Farm. All that stuff there, what the characters go through. There's a lot of developments, arcs, growth, stuff between the characters. I like a lot of stuff with Peppermint Patty. I like when she takes them to the fair. Also, I like the little new kid that... she had a goldfish. Poor thing. She didn't count that as a pet. I have 2 pets now, Ma. It's like, poor fish. And it's just crazy. Good songs, good music. The score, it's emotional. It's very well just done. I like the big dun 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 little opening, and then at the end there, and it's like, he's your dog and you can keep him. And then dun dun dun, Snoopy come home. Snoopy come home. And I love how they always do the thing where they show the people behind him, so then they have like little sketches of them. And this one, they're all wearing hats.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
I'm like, they're all wearing hats.
I still like that they use kid actors for actual voices.
For the voice and stuff, that was always cool.
I feel like they do that nowadays anymore.
Yeah, any other thoughts on the movie? Anything?
I think you covered most of it. I still think it's very timeless.
Mm.
I still think anyone can watch it even today. Probably for the next even 100 years. The only thing's dated is phones, but I mean, that really wasn't a big part of the story, so.
Oh, yeah, Lucy. What do you mean, describe him? F you, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, boy, it's such an inconvenience. Hey, I'm here talking about a lost dog. It's like,
Charlie Brown can go find it himself.
it's like, dang, girl. Jeez. Boom, boom, boom. Such a good one. Snoopy Come Home. Probably my favorite of the animated films that they made. It'll be, you know, toss between that one and the first one, The Boy Named Charlie Brown, because they're both just, they get you right here and they're very memorable. But then again, I watch those ones the most, and Race for Your Life, Bon Voyage, and all of them. They're still good, but those two. And Snoopy Come Home was constantly on viewership at home back in the day. Brings back the memories, and I think it's very fitting, and that's a nice thing to say thank you to Charles Schulz. For me, again, personally, I know that you like and said there, but such a big part of me throughout my entire life, and he was an amazing guy. Happy what would be his 100th, and that stuff is still better than most of the crap we get now. That's how good that stuff is. I'm sorry. I mean, no one can ever create something like Snoopy ever again.
Well, yeah.
Same goes with all that kind of stuff. Garfield, you name it. I mean, it just sucks nowadays, honestly. But these guys, they're the best of buddies. They're the best of buddies. Like us. We're the best of buddies. Yeah, something like that. Well, let us know what you think of the movie, Charles Schulz in general. If he's impacted you, if you love Peanuts, let us know. We'd like to hear from you. Like and subscribe.
And don't forget to hit that notification bell.
And smile.
Oh, yeah. Definitely smile.
It's always good. Let's focus on that. Yeah, just smile.
And if you have a favorite Peanuts movie, just let us know. I don't care if it's just the specials. Specials are always good.